wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
I wasn't planning my Sunday to be this, but that's how the world goes. What is it, Mike Tyson? You got a strategy until you get punched in the face. So I didn't get punched in the face. I just woke up and I'm like, oh, my tweet went viral. So you want to hear a story about the Vault Hunter, huh? God, I missed that guy in the fourth one. Anyway, so it all starts where all problems start, and it's with Reen. You guys know Reen. He sent me a link to a video by Nate Ace, and he was dissecting a video of, I think it's Charlie Kirk's wife. I don't care, and by no means do I mean anything untowards or bad to this poor woman if it happens to be the widow of Charlie Kirk. But it was, and I'm sorry, I'm not listening to 20-somethings. 20-somethings should shut the fuck up. You shouldn't have the right to vote. You should be like 30 before you have the right to vote, unless you served in the military. But here's this, 25-year-old blonde child girl. Lecture, it was a speech, and I think it was through Turning Point USA. And she's talking about how the prawn problem, because when I say Nebraska, people don't get the connection because they grow corn in Nebraska. The prawn problem that Christian men have. And it's the classic, it's the tiring. Men need to step up. Men need to do this. Women have been acting, at least in terms of, if you want a traditional lifestyle, absolutely unacceptable, untenable, mutually exclusive to traditional marriage, nuclear family type of things. But now you men are supposed to come in there and, it was just a men need to. It's that tiring thing, right? But I had a very simple observation, and it's the I would say scientist in me, or the economist, or the empiricist in me. And all I did was tweet out, if Christian women wanted their men to watch Prawn or Nebraska less, they should lose weight and start having sex with their husbands. Then they won't seek it. I think that's what, and this is very simple. Substitute good, regular good, inferior good, superior good, cost and availability economics, right? What? Let's just do the economics. I was going to talk about how corporations are going to end materialism and thus themselves, because I watched Fight Club yesterday, and then I had this observation with my hot tub. I was like, oh my God, I have this great economic epiphany. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why Christian women don't fuck their men. That's what we're going to talk about. And I know that's saucy, but it's absurd we're talking about this. I had the economics is like the Trabi, which is an East German car made back in the Soviet days. And a question in that entry-level economic courses is, why was a used Trabi more expensive than a brand new one in the Soviet days? And the reason why is because the used Trabi existed. The new one, there was a wait. So even though you could get a new Trabi at whatever price the Soviets decided to set it at, the fact that one existed and the other one didn't made the used Trabi the only car on the market. And there are instances where a substitute, what you would normally like, the normal good or the superior good, you'd say, well, that's the better good, right? Which would be having sex with a real woman. And the substitute good is obviously rubbing one out yourself to Nebraska. But if one is not available, or the price is so absurd to get the normal good or the superior good, inferior goods, not only will people go for it, they could sometimes dominate. And if you're very bored, go look at Betamax versus VHS. VHS was the inferior version, I believe, because of availability purpose. I'm sorry, Betamax was the superior version. VHS became the standard because it was available or it was more accessible. And my observation is not wrong. It is not wrong. If you Christian women or women in general would wish to end the prawn epidemic, oh, won't someone please think of the children? Have you thought about losing weight and fucking your men so they don't seek out prawn? Seriously. I mean, it won't eliminate all of it, right? Every guy, oh, look at that. That's kind of cute. I'd like my wife to have tits like that. I'm just being honest because, in Christianity, honesty is the last thing. I know, because it's true. The triple entendre there. What, thou shalt not lie. Did you get the joke? As an atheist or agnostic, simple, not Christian, you can appreciate that on multiple levels. So men think. They shouldn't think that way. Good luck changing that. And so that was just my statement of fact. Just, coming on down there, laid it all out. Hey, did it dawn on you to provide the superior product so that men don't seek it out? Then you don't have to worry. And what ended up happening was that meme where it's the person standing there. Well, no, a lot of people agreed with me, but it's akin to that meme where there's the individual standing there pointing to the masses, you're all wrong. And they're all screaming at the guy. Because I wake up this morning, and many thanks to old man Rollo Tomasi. He retweeted that one out, and then it hit the magazine chamber. Now it had gone viral, or quasi-viral, as much viral as I do in my world. I'm never going to, millions of views is not going to happen. But and of course, you're going to read there's going to be the goofballs. But it's a freaking circus. It's a freaking zoo. Most of the guys, yeah, you're right. Just facts. That's all it is. At least the guys who have an IQ above 105, they said facts. Simple truth. The gif of Rocket Raccoon. That is true. That is also true. I should watch the first one. That was a really good movie. But what fascinates me is people who disagree with me. Not because how dare you it's not offending my sensibilities or my pride or my ego. It's like, look, all I did was say, if you want to end the prawn epidemic, especially among Christian circles, have you wives thought about losing weight and fucking your husbands so they're sexually satisfied? This is a very simple, I'm thirsty. Have you thought about drinking a glass of water? I'm fat. Have you thought about dieting and losing weight? I'm hungry. Have you thought about having a sandwich? This is what it really is. It's not that I made a controversial point. My point is factual. It's not controversial. What is controversial, what is fascinating is the fucking backlash, obviously disproportionately from women. And I want you to, if you want, you can go to Twitter and watch it. But because the backlash is so huge and disproportionately women and corroborated by men just need to do more by what would think is a representative spokeswoman of the young female Christian demographic of wives. It's proof again. I just took a magnifying glass and showed you there's a lot of Christian women who don't like sex. There's a lot of Christian women who don't like their husband. There's a lot of Christian women who don't like having sex with their husband. Because there's such a visceral, right? It's visceral. It's not thought. If you sit down and thought, yeah, but you know what? I should probably lose weight and go have sex with my husband. Yeah, you're right. That would, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should put on the sexy lingerie. I was even thinking like there should be a website called Christian Lingerie, but it'd be like Christian rock or Christian rap. It's almost the nature of Christians is contradictory to fun and enjoyment in life. It is. It really is. And before you say you don't like you're a Christian, I'm a preacher's kid, shut the fuck up and sit down. I'm more familiar with the Bible than you are, probably. For those of you who treat it like a club. And I just wanted to point out the absurdity of the situation where there is this much backlash. I am thirsty. You should have a glass of water. I got a cut. You should put a Band-Aid or get some stitches. My husband watches the prawn. Well, maybe you should lose weight and fuck him. Super hypersonic re. And the reason it's so visceral is there's a lot of gals out there that do not want to have sex with you, even though you guys are married. There is a visceral disgust or rejection. And you know what? I don't care. That's up for you Christians to figure out. How do we get more people to the church? How do we get Christians to breed? Have you thought about having your women be hot and fucking your men? Just me as an outside independent consultant observer. But I don't know. I don't know if you all think that God's going to like fire up the Immaculate Conception machine, and then it ain't just going to be JC who was born through Immaculate Conception. Is that what you're hoping for? Are you praying that women just get naturally pregnant without that nasty, icky, gross sex? And then I do know some Christians who they're down to fuck, man. The women are nice and sweet and hot. Yeah, I mean, they're out there, but they are definitely the minority. And the fact there is just so much pushback shows you everything you need to know, and where it perfectly lands the blame where it is. Christian women don't want to fuck their men. There it is. Is that clear enough? And I don't care what problems come from it. I don't care how few Christians are born. I don't care. Not enough. I don't care. How do we get men back into the church? Have you tried fucking them? How do we get people to come to our barbecue? Have you thought about smoking some good meats? No, let's have tofu. How do we get men back into the church? Have you thought about making your women not just a bunch of broken up, born again, fake posing Christian single moms? Have you thought about not yelling at your men? And oh my God, women are the most demand. Sorry. There's God, sex, and country. If I were to be honest about it, and Christians won't be honest because there's the fucking irony and tragedy. God, sex, and country. That would be, at least for single, I guess it would be God, children, sex, and country. You girls wanna? And no, of course. And here's the thing. Lazy, you don't like sex, you don't like sex. That's fine. I mean, if you don't like broccoli, you don't like ice cream, no one's there to judge, right? I don't want women in it. But then stop complaining. We're not fucking our men. All right, well, now they're going to go watch prawn. Or they're going to find another gal. Or they're going to go somewhere else. Or get sexually set aside somewhere else. Don't complain about it. Don't get upset about it. Right? That just that doesn't do. There's nothing good that comes of it. You're just nagging somebody who's already sexually frustrated. Heaven help you if you're in a sexless marriage. I mean, that sucks. But I always try. Stefan Molyneux taught me this. So did Roosh. When times look bad, there's usually a solution or an advantage that almost by, you push a balloon down, the air goes up over here. A lot of times you don't see the air going up over here. There is. And I'm being deadly serious about this. Because I have a friend who's Christian. It took forever for him to find a wife who wasn't just an insufferable poser, debt-ridden liability, frankly. Now they got a little kid. It's cute. I'm going to spoil the shit out of that. Oh, just you wait. Daddy Warbucks Cappy coming in. Going to spoil the shit out of that kid. Neither here nor there. He wanted a Christian wife. He wanted a Christian family. He's a legit, real Christian, which is a foreign concept to most of you Christians. And it took him a while to find the gal. And I know a lot of you want to grow the church, but I think this air balloon going up and the other thing, I think it really is Christians' men's calling, right? God always challenges you. Hey, Israelites, hey, Hit this curveball. Hey, Abraham, kill your son. I'm just kidding. Just kidding there, Abe. Huh? It's a funny time, man. We're going to laugh at this later. Yeah. You can leave him be. He's all right. Fun times God has with you guys. But I think this is, if you want to believe it biblically, this is a calling. I think it's a call for missionary, not the sex position, which is maybe what your wife permits once a month. I can make fun of it because I'm not Christian. I should do crass Christian humor where I can say the things you can't. Anyway, I think it is Christian men's calling to go overseas, find a foreign gal. Yeah, sure, passport bro, whatever you call it, but go to traditional communities, traditional cultures, and find a gal out there and convert them to Christianity. I would say you could find secular women here in the United States. I will say, statistically speaking, the secular women are more honest than the Christian women because most Christian women here are just faking it for ulterior motives. They don't actually believe in Jesus Christ and all that other stuff. But I think this is the way to grow the church. I think you were to go, not that even God called you to, or that this is a test. It's much more practical than that. Your Christian women are not marriageable. They're not going to have babies. They're not going to let you lead. It's just, they're not Christian at the end of the day. And you want to have a Christian woman, so you have a Christian family, you have Christian kids, following God's word and all that. Well, the only way out, I think, is to go find secular gals and convert them. And that will grow the church. And I would also say, it doesn't mean if you go overseas or find a secular gal and you convert her, that she's going to be a true Christian, but it's definitely going to be a higher rate of authentic, real Christian. In other words, you're replacing the fake posing ones who are just using the Bible to lord it over men and not have sex and not be Christian. It's like a club to them. You replace them with real, penitent, observing Christian women and bringing them into the church. And it's not a surprise, my friend, as a foreign wife or a foreign ethnic wife. So I think that's the solution. You don't have go watch the video if you want. Go watch my Twitter thing if you want. Or read through it. You don't have time for that bullshit. That's pigs in mud. There are so many anime avatars and washed up single moms who are pissed off. Yeah, it does. So angry that men expect sex, right? And I'm like, it's their anger. Sure, we could talk about their anger. Say, wow, that's crazy. They hate sex that much, or they're pissed off that men expect sex, or we don't even deal with it, and you just move on. Why get it's like watching politics. Why get your heart rate up? Why get angry? They're not. Sorry, ladies. If I were to call it, if you want a Christian community, you know what you need to do? You need to lose weight, fuck your husbands, and start making babies. Which is not going to happen with trademark Christian girls here in the West. I think your only option is to go out, find it elsewhere, and not even bother with the argument. Why tune into the speech? Why attend the event? Why listen to Christian women bitch about men? Why? I've said it long, and this is Chris Beckloff. Jesus left the church a long time ago. Jesus is on the internet. Jesus is outside of the church. The vast majority of churches are just not, they're dead branches of Christianity. You can find Jesus in the Bible. You can find him. There's internet pastors with great sermons. But a good way of putting it, think of the U.S. as Chernobyl, where, okay, that is a church, or that's a tree that, yes, a seed fell out of a tree, it went into the ground and created another tree, but it's consuming all the radioactivity of the Chernobyl land, that it's not really, it's a tree in a way, but it's a bad tree. It's a dying tree. It's a radioactive tree. This entire land, which churches have grown up and individual people have grown up where they've been sucking up through the roots, has been poisoned. It's been salted. These are not real Christians. These are dysfunctional, toxic Christians. If that's some may believe, some may, or you just don't eat from the fruit that grew in the Chernobyl lands, and you go overseas where there ain't no toxic land. There ain't no radioactive fruit. Just fuck this. By the time you're done dicking around, pun intended, with the Christian women here in the West, you could probably have thrice the amount of success with women overseas. I don't mean like get married 3 times. I mean like a girl will show up on a date. You're going to have more dates. You're going to meet more gals, or just secular here. I think that is way easier. And you know what? I bet you those girls are going to fuck you. And just an aside, men, Christian is very feminized here in the West. Stop listening to your women. There's no shame in you wanting to have sex. None whatsoever. Go have sex. You have, if you're married, you want to, you don't have the right to sex in general. But if you're married, yeah, your wife should be thin, attractive, and fuck you regularly. That is standard. And I don't know what Christians are thinking in the West where we want to shame sex and shame men, how that's going to make more Christian babies. I don't know where, it's like the Steve Cottrell, or no, it's the GRU PowerPoint. First, steal the means of production. Second, destroy it all. Third, starve? What? I don't know. Right? At least the Muslims, like, shit, man, they got one guy with 8 wives banging out a bunch of kids. They got their assembly plant down. They got their assembly. They got their factories. Like they're really good at supply chain management. You guys, no, not the penis. Oh my God, Lord Jesus, save me from the evil penis. Maybe you feminists in the church could come up with new hymns. Oh Lord, save us from his penis. It's gross and it's an evil schlong. Hate the penis. Guys, you ain't got time for it. I don't care if there's the biggest, shiniest cross on the oldest freaking church. It's poisoned. God is out there. Jesus is out there. He's not here. He's not in America. You got to go somewhere else. And I think this is your calling. I think this is the time. I'm not even Christian. I don't believe it's a calling. I just think it's intersexual dynamics and your women just don't like sex. I think there's a selection bias where modern women choose Christianity, especially born again. There are other things wrong problem. They are just not congruent with sex. I get yes, I know. My wife, I know. Actually, man, yes, Saint actually. Actually, I know a Christian family, and he has lots of sex with his wife, and they have 8 kids. I know. Link below, though, gentlemen, because ladies, you're not right, ladies. Ladies, at any point in time, you can go to yandy.com or Victoria's Secret. Don't go to Victoria's Secret. It's ugly lingerie. It's Christian lingerie. It's Karen lingerie. Go to Fredericks of Hollywood. Go to the gym, lose weight, put on the sexy shit, your problem will be solved. Having said that, men, get my book, The Book of Numbers. I got a copy of it right here. Pun intended, Book of Numbers. See what I did there. The ROI and the pursuit of women, because Christian or not, women are women, and you all abide by these secular natural law rules, and you'll see here, at least in these United States of America, how little interest women have in it, and how very few are marriage material. And with that, you say, man, do I have time to fish in this hole? Do I got to go somewhere else and fish in a different hole? So there you are. Go to the super chats. Bob, $2. You asked for too much, Cappy. It's all men's fault, right? And like, leave. Leave. Because it'll always be your fault, and there'll always be something new. Women will always move that goalpost. And if they're not, what women should do is get rid of the goalpost altogether. If they like you and say, "Let's go. I'm grabbing you and taking you in the closet." There should be no goalpost. Doesn't mean you guys get to be fat, degenerate pieces of shit, but we're done with this. Men got to come in and fix the shit we fucked up. No, we're done. We're done. Not only are we done, don't fucking talk to me until you lose weight and put on some fucking heels. Dre, $2. Cappy's too short to ever fall. Good, clever one, Dre. You got the Christian angle in on that one. Good for you. Albino, $20. That Tundra sold quick. I didn't even have time to go get it. I've been dealing with, I would have talked about what I would, but I'm a combat vet, had a Battlehead event. I get vertigo on planes. Boomer parents throw fit when I decline flying to Nashville for their anniversary bash at the big hotel. Narcissist. Well, can you drive? Ken, $2. He says, hello, Ken. Kona Savage, 5 Canadians. Sony wouldn't allow other companies to produce beta machines from what I remember. Did you see the nukes picture of the average female body in 2025? Was that nukes picture or just the standard picture? Right? They have a diagram of it out there. Ladies, the solution to a lot of problems in the West, both Christian and non, secular and religious, is for you to lose weight, have sex with men, and treat them kindly. That's it. If you don't like that, that's fine. Can you at least not yell and screech about it and nag the rest of society, therefore further demoralizing men and pushing them further away from you? Could you just be quiet about it? Right? We get it. You don't like sex. You don't want to work out. The idea of doing something to make men happy repulses you because it involves you. That's fine. You just go away and don't be a 25-year-old ditz lecturing older people about, well, you men need it. No, just knock it off. Be quiet. I don't know if you girls knew this. Silence is an option. It is an option. You could just be quiet and not say anything. I don't mean that like, shut up, bitch. You don't know what I mean. You can just be quiet. Dre, $2. Women get married to not have sex with husband. Yeah, it seems that way. Lord Scrumptious, $2. Fat women make fat men. Yes. Skinny wives save lives. Skinny wives result in children. Judd Grover, $2. Women think their fat has value like golden status. Yeah. I don't know what you girls, I don't know how Christian leaders think kids are going to get born. You got to get busy. That means that was 90s slang for having sex. That was in The Incredibles. Elastigirl, and you got busy. Oh no, not the sex! Oh my God, anything. Feminist hymn book. All hymns about Lord, protect us from the penis. We can do it. We could come up with feminist hymns all about avoiding making babies and making men happy. Oh, the chat finally falsely. No, I was busy working on shit that broke because corporations fucking suck. And I also watched Fight Club, 2.5-hour movie. Did a review. Inquisitor Tibby, 20 $20. So nothing's changed. Rather that. In the meantime, when I have a day to myself from working 2 jobs, I'm currently going through Escape from Darkov, another indie game that again surprises the. Oh, okay. I'll write that down. Escape from Darkov. Duck OV. Perfect. Yeah. No, ladies, you all better become familiar with Coach Greg Adams' book. That's what you're competing against. Peace and quiet. So, all right, that's it. If you are a Christian and you'd like some consultation, instead of talking to your spineless, ballless pussy of a pastor, maybe you talk to a man who isn't such a pussy. You can hire me at assholeconsulting.com and I'll get your sex life back together. Or probably not, because I'm going to tell you both lose weight. And the wife's saying, yeah. And then I'm like, and here's a divorce attorney. See you guys later. Toodles.